You may have heard me say that great presentations feel a lot like conversations. Well, it actually works in the other direction too. Tough conversations are like great presentations as well. I'm Jerry Sandusky, that's Jerry with a G, and in this video I'll show you how to have that tough conversation with someone who reports to you at work. This past year I co-founded a company called Trigger. It's an employee evaluation and talent development platform. You can check it out at trigger123.com. It's a game changer. The technology is amazing. It's easy, fast, and mobile. And we call it Trigger because everything we do is designed to trigger more meaningful conversations between managers and employees. Micro-evaluations leading to micro-feedback. That's the concept, and it works. But for many managers, it also creates the uncomfortable situation of having to have tough conversations. Fortunately, if you structure those conversations the way you would a presentation, it makes them far more manageable and far less intimidating, which in turn increases the chance of having more of them. Let's start with the open. Remember, the role of an effective open in a presentation is just to set the tone. It doesn't have to take long. In a tough conversation, too many managers hem and haw and backpedal, make small talk for way too long, and leave the employee on the other end wondering, what's going on? Set the tone with something efficient like this. Look, I wish this was more of a fun conversation to have, but we have some important things to talk about, and I want to respect your time and not confuse you with a lot of small talk. Now you've just set the tone. The person you're talking to will understand right away this is serious and significant. Now, get to the point or the points, just like in a presentation. You shouldn't have more than 3. And if you're having frequent conversations, you may only have one with a few subpoints. Again, an example. There are 2 things that I have concerns about, and while I appreciate your energy, I don't think you're showing the appropriate focus on the top priorities. I'm also concerned about some of your time management practices. Let me explain. Here is where you go into your subpoints, the specific details regarding the situations you've raised with the employee. The key is to be concise, courageous, tell your truth, but also considerate of the other person's feelings and perspectives. And now, just like in a presentation, you get to the Q&A. A line like this can help you get this into a two-way communication. These are my perspectives and observations, but I'd like to hear yours as well. Is there more going on here that I'm not seeing accurately? Then it's your turn to listen. And the key here is not agreeing with whatever the employee has to say. The key is ensuring the employee feels heard. That's the soul of effective communication. Now to the close. Remember the 3 parts of a good close: recap, call to action, put a bow on it, and wrap it up. The recap is just a quick restatement of your key pointer points to your feedback. As I've mentioned, I'm concerned with your focus and time management. Simple. Don't belabor the point. You do the recap to set up the call to action. So what I would like you to do moving forward is, and here you share the steps you want the employee to take and the timeline you want the action or that progress completed in. Make it measurable. And finally, you segue into putting a bow on it and wrapping it up. Here's the part you want to lift that other person a little. For example, as I told you at the beginning, I wish this were a more enjoyable conversation, but I do want you to understand that the reason I'm having it with you is because I believe you have the ability to do everything we've talked about and more. It's my job to help you fulfill all of that potential, and I look forward to the conversation we're going to have all about that success in the near future. No one likes to be on the other end of a tough conversation, and too many managers don't like to be on the initiating side of it either. So I hope this gives you a framework to trigger more meaningful feedback conversations. In the end, more frequent, short conversations and feedback have way more positive impact than long, meandering, unfocused conversations that only take place once in a great while. Give it a try, and I think you'll find great conversations work just like great presentations. Until next time, dare to shine in front of the room.